The Great Resignation is a term that describes the mass exodus of workers from their jobs, starting in 2021, after the COVID-19 pandemic. It was coined by a psychologist and professor at Texas A&M University, Dr. Anthony Klotz. Some of the reasons for quitting include wage stagnation, lack of benefits, inflexible remote work policies, and job dissatisfaction. The most affected industries are hospitality, healthcare, and education. The Great Resignation is also known as the Big Quit and the Great Reshuffle. It reflects a major shift in the workforce, as employees reevaluate their careers and look for more meaningful and flexible work opportunities. The pandemic has disrupted the traditional patterns of employment and consumption, creating new challenges and opportunities for both workers and employers. According to the latest U.S. Bureau of Labor report, 4.3 million quit their jobs in August 2021, 242,000 more than in July. The monthly quit rate hit a new high, at 2.9%. Though quitting is happening across all job sectors and among workers at all skill levels, it was up in August in hospitality and food services, wholesale trade, and in state and local education. The Great Resignation is not only a U.S. phenomenon, but a global one. According to a Microsoft survey of over 30,000 workers in 31 countries, 41% of respondents said they were considering leaving their current employer this year. The survey also found that 73% of workers wanted flexible remote work options to continue, while 67% wanted more in-person work or collaboration. The Great Resignation has significant implications for the future of work and the economy. It poses challenges for employers who have to deal with labor shortages, high turnover costs, and lower productivity. It also creates opportunities for workers who have more bargaining power, more choices, and more autonomy over their work lives. The Great Resignation may also lead to more innovation, entrepreneurship, and social impact, as workers pursue their passions and values. The Great Resignation is a phenomenon that reveals how the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way we work and live. It shows that workers are not willing to settle for less than what they deserve and desire. It also shows that employers need to adapt to the changing needs and expectations of their employees. The Great Resignation may be a turning point in the history of work, one that could reshape the labor market and the economy for years to come. The Great Resignation is a phenomenon that has been observed during the COVID-19 pandemic. It refers to the record rates of job quitting across different industries, regions, and demographics. In this section, we will explore some of the trends and impacts of the Great Resignation on various aspects of the labor market. One of the most striking trends of the Great Resignation is the difference in quits rates by industry. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, some of the industries with the highest quits rates in July 2021 were accommodation and food services, 6.4%, arts, entertainment, and recreation, 4.8%, and retail trade, 4.1%. These are also some of the industries that were most affected by the pandemic shutdowns and restrictions. On the other hand, some of the industries with the lowest quits rates were federal government, 0.5%, state government, 0.7%, and local government, 0.9%. These are also some of the industries that offer more stability and security to their workers. Another trend of the Great Resignation is the variation in quits rates by region. According to a study by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the pandemic produced unique quits rates across U.S. census regions, compared with previous recessions. The study found that the South had the highest quits rate, 2.8%, in July 2021, followed by the Midwest, 2.7%, the West, 2.5%, and the Northeast, 1.9%. The study also found that quits rates in firms with fewer than 1,000 employees were higher than quits rates in firms with more than 1,000 employees during the pandemic. A third trend of the Great Resignation is the disparity in quits rates by age group. According to a global survey by Vizier, resignations increased the fastest among mid-career employees, those between 30 and 45 years old. The survey found that this age group had a 38% increase in resignation rates from 2020 to this age group may be more likely to quit their jobs because they are seeking better work-life balance, career advancement, or higher pay. In contrast, Generation X, those between 41 and 56 years old, were the least likely to leave their jobs throughout the Great Resignation, according to Business Insider. The Great Resignation has significant impacts on both employers and employees. For employers, it means facing labor shortages, higher turnover costs, lower productivity, and lower morale. For employees, it means having more opportunities, more bargaining power, more flexibility, and more satisfaction. However, it also means facing more uncertainty, more competition, more stress, and more risk. The Great Resignation is not over yet. It may continue as long as the pandemic persists and as long as workers demand more from their employers. The Great Resignation is a challenge for both employers and employees to adapt to a changing labor market and to find new ways of working together.